Good evening everyone, welcome to another tournament stream. I am starting to talk a little bit early, but I was looking at the countdown clock and I was just bored and decided not to wait anymore. So let's go straight to my garage now. Basically the reward stream is on the portal, it is my stream today, but overall I will be streaming Legion vs Win and Legion vs Immor. Fujit will be streaming Souls vs Raid and Appa vs Win. What Wants Helper will be streaming Loka vs Appa and Loka vs Raid. And Every will be streaming EG vs Immor and EG vs Soul. So we have English coverage for all the matches tonight. And it's just going to be epic. I'll just have a quick look. If I remember right, it is a best of 7 from now on. And that means that it is actually a lot more interesting and a lot less luck dependent, so to speak. Because like I said, we are following Legion. These are all the matches later on in the week. I will be following them then as well. But we are starting tonight with Legion vs Win, followed by Legion vs Immor. And especially the first match I'm really excited for, because Win is pretty much my other favorite. Sort of like the underdog favorite. I just adore them because they think out of the box and they do out of the box stuff, and that just makes them very interesting to watch, in my opinion anyhow. But yeah, like I said, you see the amount of maps listed. Basically that means it's a best of 7. That means that the team that reaches 4 victories first is the one that is going to go through to the that actually gets a point for the match, because right now we have a round robin, which means that you have to top 8 and everyone will be facing off against everyone, and if you win you get a point. Basically that's all there is to it. So yeah, and the top 4 with the most points at the end of this week, because it is today and Wednesday and Friday and Sunday. At the end of the week we will know who is in the top 4, and then the final stuff will happen in November somewhere. I don't actually remember quite how much what the dates exactly are, but you can probably find that in news somewhere, so I don't feel guilty about that. But like I said, we are following Legion, and I regret not seeing Faust here, but we do get some fun maps. I just don't hope for a tiebreaker because Castilla is my least favorite tournament map. But we'll see how it goes. We're just going to have fun with it, and I will be streaming at least for the minimum amount required to get the maximum amount of rewards. Right now we're just waiting for the room invite, which should be up soon. But like I said, if you're watching through the portal and you're making sure that you are logged in, you will get prizes. Well, not prizes, you get freebies, let's put it that way. And with freebies today you can get a research certificate for tier 7, 3 times 3 XP thingies. You get an avatar, crew XP booster and a combat XP booster, but especially that research certificate, that is the kind of stuff that you want to watch a stream for, because that is actually worth it. And you can get it for watching, I think it was 1 hour in total, thereabouts. So yeah. Anyhow, all the streams this week will have rewards like that, so it is worth it, especially since the update is dropping soon. And you could use these certificates to basically get a new line relatively cheap in XP. So we're basically just waiting for the matches to begin now. We see Thomas in the room, the rest of Legion is not here yet, but all of Win is there. And basically, like I said, now we just have to wait. We are starting it off on Middlebury. Let me actually just pull that map. You all know the map, it's one of the oldest maps in the game. But this is what it looks like. You have 3 bases, 2 in the city, 1 in the hills. Position around the hills is generally a lot better, but base dominance is also important, and that makes it always a little bit tricky. We do see some super heavies here every now and again, but most of the action generally takes place up in the hill, because it is easier to keep the hill than it is to take the hill. So I kind of do expect action to happen around base C, and we're just going to have to see what we end up with, because likely as not we might well end up with a very quick brawl, because the meta kind of allows for that. So I'll take the map away so that it's not on your screen when we actually have the match start. I've done that sometime in the past, and I mean, like, year ago or thereabout, or further back than that. But yeah, that's something you just do not want to happen, so I'm going to avoid it at all costs. So I always check the streaming program like 3 times to make sure that that there's just no map on the screen somewhere. So now all of Legion is there, all of Win is there. They just need to decide on a lineup. Both teams have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left before we actually go into the match, so that is plenty of time still. And we see some interesting tanks being chosen by Legion, assuming that they're actually going to stick with this. Because the VK is not a tank you see all that often. And I'm kind of curious about seeing it being driven. But like I said, it's going to be interesting. This is basically my stop word. I mentioned things are going to be interesting a lot. But I do genuinely mean it, because I love tournament games. This is the game at its full potential for me. This is what happens if you have 7 players in a team that are working together, communicating together and everything. You can't get that in pub battles. So yeah, I do really enjoy that. So, right now, we do see some E5s. E5 is pretty much the main battle tank this season around, it seems. And I think that's mainly to do with a combination of a little bit of troll armor, relative mobility, but also those fantasy consumables and provisions. Because that can just basically make quite an impact. Basically now, 1 minute left to go. Teams are steadily readying up. And we see that Legion is getting ready in a 215B, 3 E5s, a VK, a T22 and an Object 140, assuming that Dakudas actually readies up in this. No, he becomes a T22 as well. And they're going to go up against 3 E5s, a Vickers, a Sherry, an IS-4 and a 215B. So that's quite different lineups. I like that. Some light tanks on Win side that basically Legion doesn't have, but they have the troll armor of the T22. And we'll have to see what they do with this. Thing is that one of the reasons that Win is one of my favorite clans in the top 8 is the fact that they can basically pull magic out of their asses, and I love that. It's just basically that makes them unpredictable, and that just makes for very entertaining games. So here we go into the first match of this night. Zerd and Radicals are already crying. And Ollie is in love. I'm sorry. I always look at the avatars. I can't help it. I always find it funny. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm kind of wondering how that VK is going to perform. Because, like I said, VKs, you don't see them that often. At the same time, I know that the whole... basically, the tactics that we have been seeing... Oof, blind shots both sides. Oof, that missile missed. Nick being very forwards here. Actually bouncing on the Sheridan. That's going to hurt. He does get an... Oof! He is a very lucky Whoopsie. Getting another shot in there as well. And now they're basically stuck there together. Not sure if that was the intention. But that's going to be tricky, even if they're T22s. We have Killer from North moving in. Legion is going for a full-on wolf pack here. And that's going to be very interesting this early. Jerry losing some HP there, losing some more HP. Not sure what Legion is doing here. Only now starting to shoot Banani. The rest of Legion is pushing. Jerry is almost gone already. And that's not boding well, honestly. There goes Jerry, first gone out. I have a feeling that there was some miscommunication there. Banani has been taken out as well. We have the E5s facing off against another E5 and someone from North in the FV. Basically, we have Killer getting a derp HE in the rear there. Trying to take out Radicals. That is a better hit in the bum from Killer. Radicals not looking too healthy either, but taking out someone. Whoopsie has been taken out. Killer has been taken out. Dakudas is still alive, just don't ask how. And now they are focusing on Lace. Rambo from North is barely alive. This is shaping up to be a game for... Radical's not going to go well here. This is shaping up to be a game... Especially that. Poor Sheridan. But it is shaping up to be a game for Legion. It was a very aggressive boost. It seemed to be going in all the wrong directions. But now we only have Kuma and Rambo left. And he actually bounces that missile, which is pretty vital. But those are the two fastest tanks on the wind side. They could really just run around in circles. But they don't want to let the Sheridan to get away. Ooh, and he takes another hit there, killer. But he's still alive. Object 3 pursuing Kuma. They know where he's at. He needs to be careful. He can shoot a missile, but he can't really hide from this. He does get that hit in. Base C is being kept. But that is the end from Kuma. And now we only have Rambo left, who is cheerfully running around, but base A is being taken, base C is being taken. If base A is kept, then he has no chance of winning, but he can't see. He does get a hit in there, but Rambo is not looking all too healthy. And we have Object 3 appearing at the back and taking him out. And the first game is over. Well, I wouldn't say it's a quick game, but it was a very aggressive game. We went just like straight into the brawl. Thank you for that. What did I receive? I honestly have no idea. Probably an avatar of some kind. We'll see after this matchup. I'll have a look at it. 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the second match on Middlebury. And Legion has now readied up with a 215B, 3 E5s, a VK and 2 T22 mediums. And they're going to go against 3 E5s, a Vickers, a Sheridan, an IS-4 and a 215B, unless... No, there you go, he's readied up and that is it. So now we just have to wait on actually until we go into the game. Like I said, it is a best of 7. First team that reaches 4 victories is the one that takes home the point. So there's absolutely no pressure yet for win and anything can still happen. 50 seconds left to go. And I'm honestly loving it already. I did not quite expect Legion to push like that, to be honest. Especially not since the T22 sort of like started pushing without any support. And Jerry got absolutely hammered. I almost had a feeling that he was like AFK or something, or had disconnected and that just kept on driving. But it worked out quite well. Let's see. 18 seconds left to go. And then we see the next match. And today there's not all that much pressure yet in the round robins as a whole, because basically it is all about gaining the most points. The top 4 goes through to the finals. But generally that does mean that you can have about one bad day. At the same time, there's some high competition in on the EU server. And that's mainly the reason why I love streaming the EU server. But it also means that after a few days you will see a definite point difference. So let's see. Up and away. Legion heading towards the hills again. And we have crossfire going on. But in this case Radicals does get hit, but the rest does not. Dakadas getting spotted there. Ollie capping base B. Overall, that's not a bad move from Win, to be honest, because basically he's securing their point advantage. That is a really good spot for the T22 to be. What a cheeky spot. I like it. I like it a lot. The rest of Legion now arriving, but now they're not going to go YOLO. We have the E5 in the middle. the Sheridan using that ramp to fire missiles, but mostly shooting the ground here. Which I think is a good thing, because I'm not a fan of missiles. And I think they should be removed from the game altogether. Juicy basically spotting, but at the same time not taking any chances. Legion holding. The T-22s are in the city, going after base A. Rambo is there as well, but he's running off. And I wonder if Whoopsie is going to spot anyone. He is going to go... No, he's not going to go in. Rambo is being attacked now. And that was a cheeky line of fire from Ollie there, but they do still get the base. We have Whoopsie pursuing, but they need to be careful of that Sheridan, because he can hit quite hard there. Basically, both Vickers and Sheridan now basically trapped in a very tricky position. We see some action happening on the hill in the vanishing of some HP, but not all that much. And overall, this is a very clever move from Legion. Oof, Jerry. It looks like Legion is pushing. Let's actually head on over there. They are capping base C. They're not actually pushing, but they are. Oof. Rambo has been murdered. Legion losing a lot of HP there, though. Also getting shots from the hill, which is not going to be helping them. Dagadas has been taken out. Legion has 2 bases. But now Whoopsie has to be a lot more careful, since he doesn't have a gun with him. Basically, Win has dug themselves in. Legion has to make a move, and they are doing just that. Radikos and Juicy flanking around, going after Banani. Zerd in front. That is not a hug to death. It was close, though. I thought for sure that he would basically die there. But it is Zerd that actually takes him out. And now we have Win pushing into the city, going after Radikos, taking him out. But someone is now losing quite a bit of HP for that. We have Lace. Basically, there's a lot of lines of fire happening all around. Someone from north is the preferred target now, but taken out before Juicy can hug him. Jerry and Object 3 facing off against Killer. Killer basically trying to get Object 3 there. Going a bit YOLO. There's a car alarm going off outside. You probably hear that, but it is basically nothing of importance. Object is taken out. Base C is being taken. It is 3 versus 4. Lace is basically keeping safe. Ollie is still full health. Killer has been taken out. And with 950 points, it is definitely Legion's match, especially since Lace is now taken out, and that carries them over the 1k border. So that is the second match. And a second match for Legion. So let's see, we are moving on to a new map. And we are moving on to Port Bay. Port Bay looks like this. You have 3 bases, 1 in the harbour, 1 in the city and 1 in the hills. Position wise, I much prefer the base C area. But overall A and B are easier to be held together. Sorry, this is just my throat itching from talking a lot. I haven't been doing that much lately, so yeah. But we generally see some super heavies here and everything, but we'll see what the teams are taking. I'll go take away the map so that it's not blocking your screen. With less than a minute to go, we see that Legion is readying up in a 215B, potentially 3 E5s, an IS-4 and 2 T-22 mediums, versus 4 E5s, 2 Vickers and a Leo potentially. We have seen the Leo do some fantastic work, to be honest, on this map, but now he becomes an IS-4, and I think that is a safer choice overall. But this is basically the meta as you get it. Some 215Bs, some IS-4s, some T-22s, some light tanks, mainly the Vickers, sometimes the Sheridan. and lots of E5s. So here we go, third match of the evening, starting in 11 seconds. No pressure just yet, but it is a best of 7, so after this match, Legion could potentially have a match point. Well, at least could go up for the match point, I should say. So let's see. Into the game we go. Actually, really do like this camo. It looks really nice. I still don't know what it's called. I knew what it was called, but I forgot again. So let's see. Legion heading towards the base C area completely, and Win doing the exact same thing. That's going to lead to some early fireworks, I believe. Because we have Vickers and Vickers versus T22 and T22. Whoopsie, losing a little bit of HP early on. The Vickers do not. Ooh, Darkidas losing quite a bit there. And that will be tricky. I mean, they're missing some shots, which is very vital here. Rambo is going in. Darkidas not looking too healthy. And they need help. They do get help. But there goes Darkidas. And now Whoopsie is surrounded by 3 tanks. I'm missing that shot. I have a feeling that there's some internet issues going on. He might make it out of there. No, he does not make it out of there alive. Jerry was moving in to help, but now Legion has lost 2 tanks already. Killer is now the first one gone. Object 3 got tracked. Taking a big shot into Athlete there, which is very vital at this point. Jerry losing way too much HP. Zerd is taken out. This is basically a bloodbath. Gabe almost gone, but Jerry goes first. There goes the Radicals, and now we only have Juicy and Object 3 left. Object 3 gets tracked and set on fire, which is not going to be very healthy, and he is taken out almost straight after. And now we only have Juicy left, and he does get a kill, have to give him that. But that's the only kill he gets. And the match is over. That was less than 2 minutes. A very, very quick game. But look at this. Win did double the damage that Legion did. Have to say that is very commendable. But it was like a sort of big roll. I think the T-22s losing that much HP crossing over was not counted on by Legion. And Win just capitalized on that, which I think is a very brilliant move. So let's see. We now see, well, basically same lineup on both sides. The only exception is the 215B has been exchanged for an AMX 50B. Which is also a tricky choice because it's an auto loader. But at the same time, it can make exactly the difference you need it to do. So let's see. 1 minute left before we go into the 4th game. Win is biting back. And we'll see what the 4th match brings. Sorry for the coughing, by the way. No, it's not corona. Basically just me having an itchy throat from talking all this much. And not having done so in about a week. So let's see. 35 seconds left to go. And then we go into the match. I absolutely love this, to be honest. I like it when it's sort of like 1 victory, 2 victory, and then suddenly the other side comes in. It just makes it a lot more fun. I mean, as a streamer, you always want the tiebreakers because it makes it all the more interesting. It means that also that you get a lot more matches. So let's see. Here we go into the 4th match, the 2nd game on Port Bay. Dun 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 dun. I do actually like that the Vickers is making such an appearance. It is, I feel, more reliable than the Sheridan. Not necessarily in pop battles, because the Sheridan is still way too strong in missiles. But I enjoy driving the Vickers a lot more. Legion now focusing on the base A side. Whereas Win is again going towards... Ooh, wonder what they're gonna do here. Win is focusing on the C side again. And I wonder if Legion is going to go for a quick aggressive B cap. No, they are not. Base A is being capped, but the E5s are pushing on quite aggressively here. They do get spotted. Someone from north has seen them now. And they're probably wondering, what the blip? Base C is being capped, base B is being capped, base A has been capped. Legion will have an advantage here, but they are in quite a tricky position. And that could make it very difficult. On the other side we see Whoopsie. Oof, missing, but Ollie bouncing. Radicals now losing HP. Someone from north going in too aggressively. Basically, Win wanted to go for the brawl, but the E5s are not completely alone. Someone from north not looking too good. The sandbags have been activated, but Jerry is now gone. Someone from north is quick to follow though. There he goes. Athlete losing quite a bit, losing some HP, but Radicals is the first to go after that. Zerd turning around, wanting to run off. Athlete is almost gone. Zerd, but it is Juicy that takes him out. Zerd now putting away, having his speed boost activated. Whoopsie arriving. Both teams have lost 2 tanks. But Zerd is not long for this world. And Legion is in a very tricky position here. He is gone. With T-22s arriving. Object 3 is almost gone as well. Whoopsie being chased by Killer. Killer bouncing and taking a big hit there. They have the gun advantage, Win. They do not have the point advantage. And Whoopsie does not have the RNG that he needs in order to take this home. Dakuda's losing a lot of HP there. Whoopsie running off. There goes Dakuda's. Juicy going to face hug Rambo. Oof, those bounces are so vital here. This is... I can just about imagine the voice there. Ooh, that is a very lucky thing for Whoopsie. Because if he manages to do this, if he manages to keep running, they could potentially have this. If Juicy is going to win, but he just needs to survive. If he survives, they will potentially win. Its potential, because Juicy needs to survive. But they're almost there. No, he is taken out, and that makes it difficult. Whoopsie has to survive. Whoopsie has to survive. He has been spotted, and that makes it very tricky. He bounces 1. Can he bounce enough? No, he cannot, and the game is for Win. But that was so close. Oh my god. That is absolutely brilliant. My heart is pounding for that. I wonder what would have happened if Whoopsie had kept running. Because they were so close. But that RNG was not with him. The amount of bounces and misses. That was just oof. 1.5 minutes left to go. We are going to a new map. We are going to Naval Frontier. Looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A considered the heavy side, but I always go there with the med. Base C considered the med side, and base B in the middle. Lots of lines of fire all across the map here, but that just makes it a very fun map in my opinion. Juicy had to go apparently. He's now offline and has been replaced by Angie and Eggy, as Jerry has also been moved out. 50 seconds left to go before we go into the match. I'm just checking to make sure that there is no map on the screen. And Win has ready up in 1 Vicus, 3 E5s, a 1-2-1, an IS-4 and a 2-1-5B. And they will face off against a 2-1-5B, potentially 2-1-40s and 4 E5s. Tanks are still being changed, but same lineup, different players. The 140s can work wonders around base C. And that's generally where we see some tournament action, so that's going to be fun. And here we go. Into the 5th match of this best of 7. The games have been relatively quick, but I like that it's going up quite evenly. Like I said, both these teams are pretty much my favorites. Honestly, I don't think that Win will take it home, but I do absolutely love them. As in the championship as a whole, I mean. Legion going towards the middle, all in a group. And Win splitting up pretty much every which way. NG has been spotted. So has Radicals and Whoopsie and now Zerd as well. Dakudas getting some early spots. Zerd getting some early damage into him and Panani as well. Dakudas in a very peculiar position there, but I have seen it being used before and it can work wonders. No base is being kept right now, but we see Athlete from North flanking around at the back. And potentially going towards base A. Little bit of fire happening both ways. And there we go, base A is being capped. But is immediately decapped. But Eggy pays for that. Eggy not pursuing though. But basically just securing base A. Both teams have lost a little bit of HP. It is going up pretty evenly though. The E5s are crossing over. Shooting, but no damage being done on either side. And we now have the E5s moving on. On the other side we have Object 3. That is going to be rushed here. By Gabe and Rambo. Even with the sandbag, he's losing quite a bit of HP, but on the other side, Eggy is as well. Basically, there's a push happening here. Eggy has been taken out. Object 3 is holding. But we have Kuma from North disappearing on the other side. I kind of want to show you everything, but I can't. But there we go. And we are going off to this side now. Banani has been taken out. Both teams have lost 2 guns. Zerd going up. Leaves him to be a bit vulnerable there, but he makes it. Someone from North is almost gone. Zerd gets tracked. And there goes someone. We have the E5s. Pushing beyond Gabe. Basically chasing Athlete. Before turning around. Angie facing off against Lace. They have a corpse. But that's going to be helpful for... Oh, actually it's more helpful for Angie here. But we have Rambo that is arriving on the other side. And that is going to be very tricky because now he's losing HP quite fast. Gabe on the other side is being deleted. Angie might not make it, but Legion has basically 5 guns. Soon to be 4. But there goes Rambo as well. That tracking shot. We have Whoopsie chasing after Athlete. Where Zerd and Dakudas and the Radicals are dealing with Lays. Dakudas heading up and over to help with Athlete. Taking a shot in the rear from Lays. Cheeky shot there. Not even the guy that was basically aiming. And there we go. Athlete is also gone. And Legion has this match. Let's see. Damage-wise, it's not all that far apart, honestly. So now it is 3-2. That means that there's a potential match point for Legion. And that means basically if Legion wins the next match, then they get the point for this matchup. But like I said, I like how it's going up relatively evenly. Makes it more interesting. And we are getting ready for the second match on Naval Frontier. And Win has ready up in a Vickers, 3 E5s at 1-2-1, a nice 4 and a 2-1-5B. Versus a 2-1-5B, a VK, 2 E5s and potentially 3 140s depending on what Eggy readies up in. But rest assured, I've got plenty of replays standing by in order to entertain you. Ooh, it's another VK. Ooh, that is interesting too, VKs. Could be a weakness on this map, but we'll see how they perform. And of course, it is NG and Eggy, so yeah. 37 seconds to go before we go into the match. And like I said, I got a bunch of replays standing by in between. And as said before, I will stream at least for the minimum amount of time needed to get the maximum amount of rewards, starting from 8 PM. So, and that was half an hour ago. So if you started watching in time, you will definitely get all your rewards. And let's see, 10 seconds to go. And then we see the potentially last match of this matchup. Unless Win pulls some magic out of their bum again. Here we go. Interesting to see those VKs though. You don't generally see them that often. I never felt it was a very nice thing to drive, so I've pretty much not paid it that much attention. But it's basically fulfilling a role that Legion wants it to. Basically both teams splitting up all sides again. Zert going into a position to see who's coming. Someone from north doing the same thing on the other side. Angie taking a little bit of damage there. It's very cheeky. Panani as well as he, well, not crosses over, but is basically there to hold the line. Object 3 losing a little bit of HP, but overall just some shots being exchanged. Not too much is happening just yet. No bases have been kept. Basically Object 3 is in a position where he is getting shot, but he's not getting the shots in. E5's in a position like that are always hard to hit, of course. Zerd going down, losing a lot of HP for it. Whoopsie is behind him, but he has to be careful. Because that's an amount of HP drop you do not want to happen. Whoops has been spotted and shoots the ground. I think he wanted to blind shot the bush that Athlete is hiding behind. Panani losing a tiny bit of HP from an HE shot there. Let's see. Basically everyone just holding the line right now. No bases are being kept. A little bit of rotation happening around the back there, but not too much. Athlete moving in potentially to take base C. Question is, will he be able to get away with it? Gabe losing HP there, but Win is securing base C here. And getting away with it. And that gives Win a little bit of an advantage that Legion will have to make up for somehow. Whoopsie. Oof, Zert losing quite a bit of HP there. We have Angie going into the middle. Whoopsie is taking base A. Angie is going into base B. Being protected by Dakudas there, even if he does take a hit. But Panani is losing a lot of HP for it, so this is basically, it's a trap. Radicals on the other side losing some HP as well, stealing base C. Basically, Legion is playing it very aggressively here, going for all the bases at once. But it might just work out for them. Angie losing a little bit of HP there. But now we have Eggy and Whoopsie potentially in trouble, as most of Win's forces are going here. Object 3, not looking too healthy. Legion has 3 bases. And HP wise it is relatively close to each other. But they have to be very careful. Banani has been taken out. Angie losing more and more HP. Zerd not looking too healthy. Gabe has been taken out. And he basically has to hide there. Eggy losing HP. But still, Legion has a massive advantage here. In both guns and bases. Not necessarily in HP. But those guns can make all the difference here. Eggy going in quite aggressively here. Someone being taken out by Angie there at the back. What a shot that was. Eggy follows quite quickly, but we have Dakidas chasing after the Vickers. And basically, there goes Rambo. There goes Zerd. There goes Athlete. Kuma now all on his own. Versus 5 Legion guns. He's not going to be able to take anyone else out. Oh my god, whoopsie. What a game though. That was a very funny game, especially that ending. Overall, very nice match. It started off quite slowly, but then it's suddenly going for all the spaces. That is a very cheeky move, but it kind of threw Win. 4.5 minutes for this match. But that means that Legion has earned their first point. Now let's see, what did I get? I got a gold box. Okay, that's it. Yeah, thanks for that. So let's see how the other teams are doing. Loka won from, let's see who were they facing, versus Appa. Raid won from Souls. We have Legion that won from Win. So all we are waiting for is EG versus Immor. Let's see, do we have a score yet? No, they are still fighting. But yeah, we have about half an hour left to go before we go into the next match. Fujit, what are you doing? Aren't you streaming? Oh my god. But okay, let's watch some replays. I got some lined up for you, and I know he's been very patient waiting for me to show this, so I'm going to start off with a replay from Mutsu. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. In the T-34-1. Nice little pumpkin on top. In the meantime, chat is quite exploding. Let's see. Basically, this is the Chinese line and we don't really get along, but somehow I don't necessarily perform bad. It's just more like they're Chinese copies, and that's why it doesn't always work for me. Now that guy is running away, but we have a Strijdwagen on there. Spit getting stuck against the plane. He's not going to be happy there. Oh my god, he's being absolutely massacred. Poor guy. Oof, nice cheeky shot underneath the tail of the plane. Has to be a little bit careful of the not getting stuck himself though. Big hit there. He even has his adrenaline activated. There we go. Let's see how he can... Can he HE? Well, anything can HE. Oh, he actually misses. Hugging him works, I suppose. Yeah. Because why not? Now we have the VK. Next in line. Low. Oof. You don't want a V and KV2 shooting in the rear. And that's the end of the VK. Almost getting a nice new hat. KV2 has just fired, which is making this very comfortable. He's not going to hug him, he's just going to circle him, which is generally a good choice. And there we go. And there's another KV2. Well, there's two KV2s there technically, but there's one red one. And we have a Black Prince. Black Prince, of course, one of the most overpowered tanks that we still have. Because basically the armor profile combined with the reload is just absolutely broken. Cheeky, I like. So let's see if he can make this work. He still has plenty of time. The tricky part will be to keep them from capping. And to win against both guns. Because mainly the Black Prince is a very good gun. Let's see. In the meantime, chat is exploding talking about Vin Diesel. Oh, that fire! Okay, Moots, I have to say, you do get quite lucky there. But he does have to be careful. Reload-wise, he's not going to win against the Black Prince, so he has to play it smart. He has the ability to do so, though. Let's see. Overall advice I can give you, by the way, if you're running away from someone, always be careful to not knock down trees. Too impatient here. Basically, he's taking a bit, well, not necessarily risk, but he's not aiming his shots. There you go. He might be able to get another one in. But he's not, he just doesn't seem to be risking it. Thing is, after that you have to go up the slope, and that's always cheeky. Thanks for stopping by, Fujit. Basically, this is sort of like a game of just running around. He still has plenty of time. He does not have the gun depression for this. But he has to be careful. There you go, taking the shot, but getting a shot in turn can be worth it. Aim very, very... Oof, no, that was not aimed very, very well. Nope. Nice little bounce there, though. He has to be very careful. Nope. You're too impatient, Mutsu. Again, too impatient. Especially when he's fine. I know he's got to have a very quick reload. There you go, that's better. And again. Now just reload and then make sure that you have a shot. Let's see. Spick is not happy. I wonder why. There we go. Well done. Overall, really good game. Nice repositioning running around, but you do need to take a bit more time for your shots there and aim a little bit better. But overall, really nice game. 6 kills. But it was the first kill that you didn't get, so it wasn't a stolen raz, so to speak. Very nice game. Let's see, what else have I got? Thing is that if the update indeed drops this week, that means that I'm basically unable to show any of the replays that I've got now. So I basically want to make sure that I show the most important ones. Let's see, in the Vickies. And let's see. I do love this tank, honestly. Ooh, that camo does look quite nice on it. Kiwi is being extremely judgmental of Mutsu in the chat. Let's see. Not Supremacy. It's always easy to ace a tank in Supremacy, mainly because you get points for kills, but also for caps. Nope. You won't be able to get the shots in that way. His team is basically all over and camping, because that is what light tanks do. Honestly, that E1. And he's like, yeah, nope. Understandable. Let's see. AMX 50B. Basically his team taking quite some damage, but doesn't seem to be doing much damage. So where's our little Vickers going? Oof, that is the end of the Jäger already. He's going back to where he was. And we know the AMX is going to the middle. There's the wolf. Basically, all of them are being lit up now. IS-8 in trouble. Make sure that all those shots count. There you go, another one. I mean, I've seen the battle results of this game, but still. A little bit too impatient there and switching targets. Not sure what he hit there. I think it was the bridge. Generally only shoot HE when you're absolutely sure that you can plan it, which is what he's doing here, so that's a good thing. There you go, another one in. Fosh now realizing where he's getting shot from. Nice! Fosh not looking too healthy. Ooh, and he gets him. Nicely done. His team is not looking too good though. E75 is almost gone. We have another AMX crossing over there. We have the Super Conqueror. Ooh, it helps if he stands still. Not gonna lie. An E1 going YOLO. Haha. Nice one. It's 3 versus 4. Basically, he's... No, I wouldn't call this camping, because basically he had shots and everything. This is something I would not advise to do, mainly because this is always very, very tricky, that position. And now we're in a Kolobanov situation. Versus some very fast tanks. That is one. E1 and Sheridan here. Where to is the question. Ooh, that is very helpful. All he can do is basically try to do... Oof, getting set on fire is not helpful. And there's still a Jaeger left as well, so that's not good. That is very lucky. If he manages to pull this off, honestly. And he might, he really might. Sheridan coming for him. There you go, that's one out of the way. 2 left. Oh my god. Let's see. Nice little bounce. I mean, he doesn't have to be too scared of Jaeger. Jaeger is very slow. He just has to make sure that he doesn't get shot by the Jaeger. He's keeping nicely track of that Jaeger and where he is. $6.3k damage into it. And that was a miss. But he has to be very careful. That Jaeger, oh my god. Let's see, what's he going to do? Nice, 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 nice. But now the Jaeger is fired. He's not killed him. And this basically means the Jaeger is doomed because you can just get behind him. So we're now 7k damage into it. And 6 kills. And an epic colo battle. Because that was honestly very epic gameplay. Very, very well. Nicely done. He did get a campaign medal, but that's understandable. But that colo is especially wonderful here. What a game. Very brilliantly done. 2 zeros even. Both Jaegers doing absolutely nada. Let's see. Oh, that's actually a funny part. There's a current pop-up offer for these 2 tanks. And it says, join the Legion. Which is really, really funny because we're streaming Legion tonight. But no, I did not get the offer here. Probably because I haven't been playing. But it's just... Why would you call it that? Knowing that there's such an OP clan. Let's see. We have about 8 minutes left before the room invite is up. So I can show you one more. Let's see. I've actually been very curious about this one. So let's see what it's like. I don't look at the replays before I actually show them. And that's mainly because I want my reactions to be genuine. So anything that you see, I've not seen yet either. Oh dear. I understand stock. I don't know the rest, but I understand stock. Getting spotted there. But him shooting the ground is helpful. This is one of those tanks I absolutely like driving it. But it took me ages and ages to actually ace it. There you go. Nice cheeky shot. Let's see if we can get another one in. In the tracks and miss. So now he has to reload his clip, but he's not alone, so he can basically reload in peace here. Oof, that is the end of that one tank already. think he's just going to unload his clip, which can be very tricky here, as we don't know if he's actually doing damage. Yeah, he's still reloading, so can't really shoot anyone yet. Patton is an easier target here. Getting tracked is also helpful. Oof, that is the end of the Yaktiga 8-8. And smart move reloading his clip. There are definitely a few guns behind. Yeah, you can't really shoot him. But he can take out that Patton. Oh, Borsig, be careful. That's the end of the Borsig. Portugal Navy being taken out here. APCR loaded, but the Yaktiga is not stupid. So now he goes to reload his clip. And being nicely cheeky and careful. I wonder if he's going to help his teammate, the STI, first, or going after the Yaktiga. There goes the Yaktiga. And the guns are evened out again. The STI is not going to be surviving for much longer. There he goes. And nice. That's the end of the Isu. He actually got more damage, so some of the blind shots actually did work. Nice. Basically everyone from the enemy team is there, so you have to be very careful peeking out here. Nice. Nice teamwork. I like that. No idea what's being said, but I hope it's polite. Ooh. There you go. There you go. Well done, well done. I like this. Don't block each other, don't block each other. You're blocking him. They need to cap, they can't afford not to. They need the base back. And then they need to protect B. That's what I thought. He's going to try and cap that to secure victory that way and then just run around. But neither of these tanks is very, very slow. Let's see. Oh, that is a nice shot by the Celestial. Take your time to aim. Celestial isn't stupid. Ooh. This is very tricky. Oh, and he gets it! Cheeky, very cheeky game. Wow. Louis is not being happy. 4.4k damage, 1468 basic speed. And this is also an ace. Absolutely love it. Double ace games. are fantastic. But look at that. 3 donuts. 1 with less than 200 damage. They basically did all the damage together. Fantastic. Lovely game. Room invite is not up yet, but it will be soon. And I understood that it's with the bundles. Let's see. Well, it doesn't actually call it Join the Legion there. I know that they're in store here, but basically the pop-up that you get when logging into the game, that is what says Join the Legion, which is just really funny. In the meantime, if you want to get rewards, you need to watch through the portal. That means that you have to follow the link to the portal. The link in the game actually doesn't link to the portal, but it links to YouTube, because that makes sense somehow. But on the actual website, my moderators are posting the link in the chat quite often. You have to go to that website in order to do it. Let's see. Basically now we just have to wait. Room invite will be up within a minute or so. And then we'll see the next matchup. Actually, let's have a look how EG ended, because that we did not know yet. Imo beats EG 4-2. That is surprising, honestly. I mean, Imo is a great clan. I mean, they're top 8 and they got there with reason. But EG is EG, so I'm a little surprised at that, to be honest. And there we go, room is up. And the same Legion that just beat, same Imo that just beat EG is now going up against Legion, so that's going to be very interesting. Imo, of course, having basically been revamped a little bit. We have Gassio at the helm now. And he's utterly fantastic. 4.5 minutes left before we go into the match. So that is plenty and plenty of time. And... in the meantime, someone in my chat just said, I forgot how bad the Blitz gun sound actually. He's not wrong. I would love the gun sounds to be more, or better, basically. I do love the sound of the gun of the Jaeger, because that sounds epic, but still. Let's see. We are going to Canal. That is the same match that we saw the Epicola ban off of. On, I should say. It is this map. You have 4 bases. And basically base B and C close to their respective spawns, base D in the hilly area, and base A in the upper left corner. The thing is that in pub battles I would not go A, I would always go either B or C and then D side. But if you are starting on the north spawn, red spawn in this image, I've seen quite a lot of tournament games where basically base A is being grabbed alongside base B, and then they just keep you from getting base C, and they basically lock down most of the map. So it is a very uneven map when it comes to caps, and that makes it very interesting to to spectate on, to be honest. It is one of my favorite maps overall, because it's one of the bigger maps, and I do enjoy it a lot more when the map isn't too small. Like Dynasty Sprawl is a tiny map, but this map is nice and big. And yes, I know how that can be construed, but you know what I mean. So basically, that is the map that we are starting off on. Making sure that that is not on your screen for you. And we have Imo now ready with 2 Vickers, 2 Ice Force, 2 E5 and a 268. Legion still deciding on a lineup with 2.5 minutes left to go. So that is plenty of time. And we will just have to wait and see. This is the boring part. I'm ready to start the matches, but we still have to wait about 2 minutes. Legion almost ready now. And they're going to go with a 268, 2 AMX 50Bs, to a E5's an IS-4 and a Leo. No Vickers at all. So that makes me feel that the Leo will have more of a spotting role than anything else. Because versus 2 Vickers, that Leo will disappear relatively quickly. So you probably won't be alone. Let's see. Actually, I really enjoyed spectating together with Fujit and Wild Ones. But it kind of meant that I could not show the replays that I would normally show. And there's so many games that just deserve showing off. So that's kind of sad. 1 minute and 14 seconds left to go before we go into the actual match. Everyone is readied up now. The only thing that is not ready is the game itself. "52 seconds left to go." Like I said, this is the boring part. In the meantime, I actually forgot to talk about the fact that basically Wargaming is adding it to is probably updating the game and releasing a tank mid-tournament season. Not just mid-tournament season, but mid-tournament week. If the update drops this week, that basically means that it will drop on a tournament day, which is going to be very interesting to see, because generally the updates are never bug-free, and that's going to cause a lot of trouble. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Rest in peace, basically. Let's see. Countdown clock has begun, and we are going into the first match of this best of 7. The second matchup in the round robin. And here we go. And I wonder if they're going to lock down that base A side. So much potential on this map. Speed boosts are being activated. The AMXs are going to the corner. Juicy. Ooh, already getting spotted. Radicals and Zerd going into the cap there. Juicy having to be careful. NG getting tracked and losing quite a bit of HP for it. Flankio and Danda losing HP as well. But NG is not looking too healthy. He still has all 3 shots though, but now Legion is just dropping in. Going after this, because that's the thing here. You have 2 tanks surrounded by 5 tanks. They will lose HP, but look at the amount of HP that's going to be lost. Juicy needs to push. They needs to use that cover. Because Imo isn't stupid. They are returning fire. Juicy still alive, but barely. There he goes, pulling back a little bit too far. Flankio still alive somehow, but there he goes. Zerd and Radicos basically facing off against Danda, but now Da Silva and Ramio are also there. Zerd not going to be long for this world. He is gone. And we have the Vickers. He's not called. He's called Coke. I always call him Artichoke. Angie taking out the Vickers there before pulling back. Almost gone. There he goes. He's been the leader as well. Both teams have lost 3 guns. Radicals not looking too healthy, but Whoopsie is almost reloaded. If he can get those shots in, that is vital here, because Radicals is not looking healthy at all. But he does get another hit in. And now Whoopsie has to get out of there. And it is 2 versus 4. But 2 relatively healthy tanks. How that... Oh no, there was not actually Object 3 that made that shot. Basically, Gassio has the advantage here of being a light tank. Ramio has been taken out. Whoopsie is not looking too healthy though. And then it's just Object 3. So this is going to be very tricky. This will be Immo's game, honestly. There he goes. And Object 3 is now on his own. Will he be able to make this turn in time? Oh, no, he does not. And he's lost a lot of HP doing this. But he knows. Yeah, there he goes. He knew that that was not going to be his game. What a game. This was sort of like a reverse trap. I mean, you had Dunda and Flankeo pushing in so aggressively and Legion capitalizing on that and then Emo capitalizing on that. The thing is that if you go down below there, it is so tricky. And this game showed exactly that. What a game, what a game, what a game. One minute. Ooh. Oh, if Object 3 is taking this, I will basically do him forever. I mean, on the official Discord, I can't say the nickname of this tank. On stream here, I can. The Shitborn is a fantastic tank. I absolutely love it to bits. My stats in it absolutely suck, but it's just so much fun to drive. But it's called that for a reason, though. It's just huge. The thing is as big as a barn. Pun intended. But now we have Legion ready for the second match on Canal with an FE405, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and 2 140s versus 2 Vickers, potentially 2 E5s, 2... Oh, yeah, no, maybe, I don't know. Potentially 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and a grill. Interesting lineup for sure. But that FE, I'm very curious to see how it will perform. 20 seconds left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 7. Is Wargaming actually confirmed anywhere when the update is, by the way? Because I'm kind of curious about that. Let's see. Here we go. Into the second match. Dun 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 dun. Just look at this. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? I actually have the paintball camo on this tank and I love it. FV heading towards base A, but all of Immo is heading there as well. So he has to be very careful because the thing with the Shitborn is that it is a fantastic tank. Oh! Oh my god, Timko. Timko almost gone. Base C is being capped, base D is being capped. That means that Legion will have a base advantage and a point advantage, even if Immo now starts to cap. They've nearly lost the tank here. Timko has literally 81 HP left. Radical's in the middle in a tricky position. You should not want to be there, and he decides to not... Oof. Losing HP, but Timko still alive, just don't ask how. Radical's going into the middle. But he is not alone. NG is there as well. Timko has finally been taken out by that FV. Honestly, fantastic, thank you. Legion has a near 100 point advantage. That is about 2.5 tanks worth of points. And that is also, of course, because of that grill being gone. Gassio losing some HP. Or a choke down in the middle. Basically, both teams are in tricky position, but Legion has an advantage here. And they just need to keep that. They don't. Basically, it's Immo that needs to make a push. Legion just has to hold. Artichoke. Coke. Sorry. On his own. Juicy and NG. In some precarious positions there. Juicy losing HP. We have Ramio going into the middle. Juicy has to be careful because he's going to lose HP there. And he is running off. They are abandoning base B, which is fine because they don't need it. They have that advantage. Ramio, however, could be walking straight into a trap. Juicy now in a very precarious position. He's not going to be long for this world like this. And he is taken out. But Legion still has a point advantage, however slight. So as long as Legion is careful and holding, they could potentially have this still. Whoopsie, not being careful enough. Legion just needs to hold. They don't need to do much. They need to hold base C and base D. And their HP. But Whoopsie is now the one out. He has to be careful with that HP. We are nearing 800 points. Legion rotating around. Putting all their guns at base C, basically. Understandable, but they have to be careful. Base D is not unprotected. Object 3 is there. With a full clip. And oh my god, what a game already. Da Silva losing a little bit of HP. Nearing 900 points now. Legion holding. Imo ready to make a move. Ready to do something. The guns at base C have to be careful of those figures. 940 points, nearly 950. They are moving in. Object 3 is ready. Now they're being spotted. Big hit into Artichoke there. And they have to make a move. They have to make it fast. And that shot from Object 3 missing. Oh my god, it is so close. 990, 900. Ooh, what a game. If Object 3 had not missed that second shot, then Legion would have had this. But as it is, Imo has it. So close. Oh my god. What a game. It was so close. They almost had it. That one single shot. And Legion overall just not being careful enough, honestly. Because that allowed them less wiggle room. But that was very well played by Imo. Absolutely awesome. This is why I stream tournaments. Loving it, loving it, loving it. One minute and 10 seconds to go. We are going to go to a new map. Black Goldfield. Looks like this. Yeah, 3 bases. Base A considered map base. Base C considered heavy base. Base B in the middle. It is a tricky map. Basically anything can happen. And that has everything to do with them being teams. And because you are a team, you can go every which way. So I can't really predict which side they will be focusing on in this case. And just making sure that there's no map on the screen for you guys. 35 seconds left to go before we go into the game. And we have Imo ready with a 140, a T22, 3 E5s, a Vickers and an IS-4 versus a 215B, 2 IS-4s, potentially 2 E5s and 2 140s. 15 seconds left to go. Juicy, there you go. Was gonna say has to ready up, but there he is. But oh my god, that game just now. Let's see. Here we go. Third game. If Imo wins this one as well, they have a potential match point. And if they get that, that means that they will have beaten both Legion and EG, which is no easy feat. So let's see what they're going to do. Whoopsie heading more towards the corner, but Legion now focusing primarily on the A and B side. Which with the E5s going all the way there is probably a good move, because Whoopsie is now in a very precarious position. Ramio losing a tiny bit of HP there. Base C is being capped. Coke is protecting base A, but now we have Dakidas going in there. They will have an advantage, so they don't need to protect it that much. And let's see, there will be about a tank's advantage in points between the two teams, and that means that Legion will have to make a move at some point. Or grab base B, of course, that's also a valid option. Whoopsie going back. Juicy losing a little bit of HP there. Basically shots being exchanged, but not all that much happening yet. Blind shot happening. Immo is holding base C side very nicely, and base B is pretty well protected as well. Juice is spotting. Object 3 taking a shot but doing no damage with it. Let's see. Basically not much happening right now. A bit of a stalemate. We have Dakidas at the back flanking around to see if anyone is there. Whoopsie joining the middle. Basically we have Immo hunkering down. Dunda in the corner. Whoopsie in quite forwards position there. Radicals losing a little bit of HP. Legion is making a move. They're going for base C. Angie is going straight on in. But not actually to cap. Ooh, they are going for the kills here. Oh! That was an ammo rack. Coke getting ammo rack. That is very costly. It is RNG and perfectly legal, but it always feels quite unfair. Flankio going to be gone soon. There he goes. Radical still alive, if barely. Ramio not looking too healthy either. Gassio reviving, but Ramio is gone. Timko not looking too healthy either. Gassio getting tracked. There goes Timko. Gassio next in line. Preferred target. Juicy not looking too healthy either, but at this point with Gassio gone, Da Silva is nearly gone as well. Dakadas is going to be gone, but now we only have Dunda left in the Vickers, and it's a Vickers. And Whoopsie is basically hugging him against the wall so that Dakadas could survive. What a game, but that ammo rack, honestly. 7-0, you don't see that very often at this stage. But what a game again. But that ammo rack made all the difference though. Because that took a gun out of the equation very quickly. Oh my god. So Legion biting back now. Let's see. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go before we go into the fourth match of this best of 7. Anything can still happen. And we have Immo getting ready in an Object 140. 3 E5s, 2 IS4s and a Vickers versus a 215B. 2 IS4s, 2 E5s, a T22 and a Object 140. Honestly, I have to say, these games today are utterly amazing. If you were going to a show and you actually bought a ticket, this would definitely be your money's worth. Absolutely loving it. So let's see. 32 seconds left to go before we go into the match. No real pressure just yet. like I said, anything can still happen. Dun 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 dun. But that ammo rack though, oof, poor guy. His name is actually Coke. I actually asked him that, but for some reason with the A158 there, I always read Artichoke. It's weird. My brain makes weird things happen. And here we go. Into the match we go. And I really just want to see how this is going to go. Because now, like, really anything can happen. This is not a landslide either which way, and I love it. Legion now focusing primarily on the A side, overlooking base B. Emo going for C again. And Gastio overlooking base A. But basically C is uncontested. They know that they're there, so they have to be careful. They know that they're going to have a point disadvantage if they don't make a move fast. We have Whoopsie going into base A. But Gastio is there. Is he going to decap it? No, he's just getting out of there. Understandable, because again they will have about a tank's worth of points advantage. And if there's not another ammo rack, anything can base. Yo, like, this is, I've said it a lot of times now about this matchup. Anything can happen, but it's true. Dakudas holding the line there. Legion holding. Angie going a bit forwards there. Wanted to see if he can shoot anyone, but he can't. Zert losing a little bit of HP. Dakudas holding the middle. The E5's holding the corner. Danda losing a little bit of HP there, and a little bit more. Vickers is so mobile and is so lovely. The only downside is that it has no armor, which means that if you get shot, you generally do get hurt. Radicals moving about. Whoopsie functioning as spotter. Danda losing a bit more HP there. And a little bit more. And now he's basically stuck in that position. Because unless the guns are looking elsewhere. Oof, Whoopsie. Getting hit in turn. But he basically can't move from there. You saw how close that shot came back. Oof, no, never mind. He's gone. Nice shot by Juicy there. Fantastic. Not sure if anyone expected that shot to land though, to be honest. But that's given Legion the point advantage back. And now it means that Imo has to make a move. And not only that, they have a gun disadvantage now. So that is also tricky. Legion pulling back to safety, but overlooking the situation all the same. To avoid giving anything away anywhere. Basically it's base B that has to be protected now. Imo is still in the corner. Legion still guarding the ramps. And Dakudas overlooking base B, prepared for anything that comes there. Zert wanting to keep a close eye on Timko there. Dakudas actually securely in that bush there. Taking care. Ramio sneaking close to base B. He's going for it. Shots are being exchanged now. Angie is being shot. Dakudas. Are they going to decap base B? Yes they are. We have two E5s going in for it. Radicals going all the way down though. Might have been not was it was intended. But Ramio is losing a lot of HP very quickly. A lot of Legion guns are looking at him. And he is almost gone. There he goes. That's the second gun gone from Imo. Whoopsie is dealing with Gassio. Dakidas going to help him. Where we have Da Silva and Timko facing off. We have Gassio is not going to survive this. This is the T-22's strength. True armor. 980 points for Legion. Well, a little bit less now, but we are very close. Zerd might not make it, but there with Timko gone, Zerd still lives. And the game is for Legion. And it is 2-2. Very nice job again. I love in these games. It is close. It is exciting. Stuff actually happens. No steal. Well, not. No, I wouldn't call it stalemate because basically they're both just waiting for the other to make a mistake. In this case, it was the Vickers. The Vickers getting stuck in that position and then still being able to get shot. It was a fantastic shot. So now we are getting ready for the 5th game of this best of 7. And after this, regardless of who wins, we have a potential match point on one side or the other. Sorry. We have Rockfield as our next map. Base A considered the heavy base. Base C considered the map base. Base C in the middle. It is a difficult map to dominate. Basically, lots of lines of fire everywhere. It's difficult to cap the bases. None of the bases are particularly safe. But that makes it a fun map to go for, a 3rd map, especially when the games are this close. So let's see. 30 seconds left to go before we go into the match, and we have Immo ready with a Vickers, a T-22, 3 E5s and 2 IS-4s versus a 268, 2 AMX 50Bs, an IS-4, 1 E100 and 2 E5s. E100 is a good choice for this map overall, but it is always a bit of a risk to take it because basically people can pramo it so hard, and that just means it gets destroyed very quickly. So let's see, here we go. Dun 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 dun. I'm loving it, honestly. I want more days like this. If the other days are going to be anywhere near this exciting, I'll be a very happy streamer. Legion heading towards basically both sides. AMX is more to the middle. Juicy being quite aggressive there. AMX is a very juicy tank, so you have to be careful, but he does get a nice shot into the Vickers. He takes one in turn though. We have Coke and Gassio along with basically Legion. Oof, big hit into Coke there. Base C now being capped, but they have to be careful. Whoopsie in the E100 holding. Radicals not going to base A. They're basically all holding. But Imo will have an advantage here with this base cap. Even if they hit Coke quite hard there. Zerd losing HP, peeking out too far. Timko in an excellent position for an E5. Flankio now in trouble. Whoopsie has to be careful though. Oof, Flankio losing a lot of HP here. Legion smells blood. Legion is moving in. Flankio is a sacrificial lamb here. Flankio has been utterly obliterated here. And now they're going after Timko. Radicals being very forwards here. Supported by Zerd. The rest of Immo is moving in, but we have Timko. Ooh, that was a clever move using NG as cover here. But now, a fully loaded AMX. And there we go. Timko is gone as well. Legion playing very aggressively. Radicals having been taken out, but there goes Coke as well. Emo having lost 4 guns now. And even though the remaining tanks are quite healthy, this kind of goes to show the focus fire that Legion has been doing. Da Silva being blocked. Not all that well, now more effectively. They want to keep NG alive, but it does not work. Juicy with 2 shots left. Now with 1 shot left. Gassio has been taken out. Da Silva is not long for this world either. Juicy is going to be destroyed, of course, but now we only have Ramio left. Ramio is left versus 4 guns. Getting a big hit into him there. Object 3 taking a big hit into it, but it doesn't matter at this stage because Whoopsie will reload. And there he goes. Whoopsie takes him out. And the game is for Legion. Awesome. Awesome game again. It was... I thought Emo would have it, but they were packed together and it worked really well. And then Legion smelled blood with... I think it was Flankio behind that rock there. Or Amio. Not entirely certain, but one of the Amios basically being behind that rock. Whoopsie taking a shot at him and then him putting back into the line of fire. Now we have a potential match point for Legion. If they win the next match, that means that they win the matchup. And otherwise, we get a tiebreaker. So now we see the VK90s being taken out again. We see Imo taking 1 Vigis, a T22, 3 E5s and 2 IS4s. Versus a 268, 2 VK90s, 3 E5s and potentially another the E100 again. But it depends on if Whoopsie actually readies up in it. But he has 45 seconds left to go, so that is quite enough time to still change lineups if he needs to. No, he takes a 215B. I think that will work better, honestly, mainly because there's already those 2 VK90s there. "17 seconds left to go. And then we will go into the 6th match of this best of 7. Dun 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 dun. And again, the VKs are generally being taken out in 2. I find that interesting. And we'll see how that functions. If, by the way, you started watching from the beginning in 10 minutes, you will have all the rewards possible. Let's see. Oh god, Among Us. Absolutely love that game. I've been playing that quite a bit. But let's see. Emo splitting up towards pretty much every side. Legion pretty much doing the same thing. Zerd taking quite a forward position, being spotted early. Let's see. Oh, this is funny. Someone just said base C is probably the safest base for Rockfield. I would disagree. I think base A is, because you have the bunker. But you can see the first match how much HP was lost for capping base C. Juicy going in, but not actually going into the base. Legion making a move for base C. I'm getting a little bit of HP and damage into Coke as well. But again, Emo will have a point advantage of about a tank's worth. Let's see. Zerd turning around. Potentially going to take a hit here. Nope. Dagger is in a bit of a tricky position here. And Zerd joining Radikos. Base B now taking Juicy, being very cheeky here. But if he gets away with that, Ramio making a move, appearing at the back. But he has indeed capped it. Whoopsie, Legion stealing base A, having stolen base A, base C is being taken. But Whoopsie going after Flankio here. And he's not alone, Angie is with him. He just has to be careful. Shots happening all around, base C is being stolen, Juicy is almost gone, Whoopsie is almost gone. There goes Juicy. That bounce, all important. Coke. That bounce also all important. Coke has been taken out. There goes Flankio. Whoopsie still alive, if very barely. Zerd has been taken out. Radikos has an issue here. And is going to need help. Big hit into the silver there. Basically, we have Object 3 now being ganged up upon. Whoopsie has been taken out, but so is Timko. And there goes the Silva. Big hit into Danda. Radikos not looking for this world either. But it is 3 versus 3. Legion has 2 bases. If they survive, and that's the vital part, if they survive, Object 3 expert here. Turning around Danda. There he goes. Object 3 is almost gone. Is going to be gone. There he goes. 2 versus 2. 955 points. Angie cheekily going into the base, but with 2 bases. This is Legion's game. Legion has match point and gets the point. And they just keep on shooting each other. So we end with a 4-2 victory for Legion. It went up. Well, Immo started so incredibly strong. With some fantastic games. And the Legion won with a series of fantastic games as well. These were matches that... in Dutch we have a saying, you can write home about. Basically that it's something that this is like way before email time and everything. If something extraordinary happened or you did something really well, you would write a letter home to your family to notify them. This is something you could write home about. Honestly, both sides, to be honest, because this was fantastic. So that is it for the matchups tonight. Let's actually have a look. I will be filling a bit more time with replays, and that is everything to do with the fact that you still need 5 minutes to get the rewards if you started watching from the very beginning, which means that you need plus 50 minutes because I started 50 minutes early. So I will be showing you some more replays. Let's see. I'm going to stop with this one. Luckily I have plenty of good replays to show you, so at least assuming by the end result they're good games. So let's see. Grill, lovely tank, looks good in this camo as well. A lot of camos look very good on the grill. Let's see. I actually still need the VK90. It is a tank that is still missing from my collection because it's only been in the auction, I believe. Maybe crates later, I'm not even sure. But basically it's only been available through gambling. Left, he says, and he goes right. That is like... interesting choice. Did you know, by the way, that in the Oh, don't be salty, honestly. You know that the women always have trouble reading maps. And that is to do with the fact that us women are not good at... I can't brain it all anymore now. We mix up left and right, like literally. And that is to do with the brain connections between our right half and left half of the brain being bigger. Which is why we struggle with... that is the end of the BTA. But that's why we struggle with seeing what is left and what is right. T-54 not being happy for some reason. Yeah, now he has to be careful. That 1-1 is bigger trouble. He's going to need help. I mean, he's a grill. He's very juicy. Big hit there. Big hit. No, actually, derp shot there. But at least the 1-1B is a one-shot now for him. There we go. VK just fired. Waffle is arriving. Cheeky shot, barely aimed. Standard B here. That's the end of the standard B. He has a friend, but he kind of needs to keep him alive. And it doesn't look like he's going to be surviving much longer. Except for troll bounces. Nice high roll. But there he goes. Oof, ow. He's basically a one-shot now. I would be very surprised if he somehow wins this. Oof, that is helpful. STI arriving. E100 arriving. E100 missing. Oh my god. Oh my god, this match. If he wins this, oh my god. Oh my god. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying, oh no my... Aw, poor guy. E100 blocking that shot is actually very helpful here. That E100 dying there is also very helpful. And another one! Oh my god! That's one. This game. Oh my god, honestly. There we go. 8k damage. 1.2k blocked. I mean, he is being rude and a dick, but this was awesome. Actually, I don't know why it basically rounded it down. Because in game it shows a higher damage number than here. But I honestly can't believe he actually won that. 1871 base XP. That is insane. What a game. Let's see, what else have I got for you? I'm actually going to make a shameless plug for another streamer. There we go. What wants help a fellow streamer? He streams both EU and Asia. He's relatively new to the scene, completely hyper and enthusiastic, but he's fantastic. He's such a nice guy, and I just adore his enthusiasm. He does need to slow down a little bit, but his enthusiasm is just really lovely, and he's been working so hard on basically being technical and analyzing everything. He's made trailers for all the clans and everything. It's really cool. Nice cheeky shot. Fujit as well, by the way, also being mentioned there in the chat. And Fujit is such a gentleman. And of course the fourth English streamer, aside from me, that we have currently is Every Good Name Is Taken. Definitely sub to all of them. Fujit and Every recently, as in this week, were made CC, so I absolutely love that. Massive congratulations to them. They've definitely earned it. And he's just driving around right now, wanting to go after the AMX. Considering you do not know where the rest is, that is always tricky. Nice little bit of hash there though. I think the AMX is reloading, which is a very good thing for our little Vickers. And that's the end of the AMX. But they have to be careful because there's a lot of big guns on the other side. There's the Jaeger. He just fired, but he's not giving him the evil eye. We have an IS-8 here. That's going to hurt. Oh, it's not actually. Nice teamwork with the Sheridan to be. Oof. Derpity derp by the Sherry there. That did hurt. But now they can murder him. Now they just have to be careful of the Sherry. And of course the Jaeger behind it. There's so many TDs there. They have a waffle with them, which is also helpful. But the Sheridan is not long for this world, and that TD did not look healthy. Let's see. FT is also a tank that I really want. Kudos to the Sheridan for being alive, but I kind of... Jack, why did you not help the Sheridan? He was helping you so well. And then he says, sorry, oh, I love this guy. Can we keep him? Nice high roll. Two teammates left. Versus 4. Conway all the way at the back there. Spaghetti being very healthy here. That's also tricky. That Sharon really needs to die. That is the main enemy here. And the most dangerous one in my opinion. Because he's been playing very well. I think it was the Jaeger that might have missed him. Nice little bit of fire, that's always helpful. And another one. Use the buildings. Near 5k damage into it. Not sure why he doesn't take the gun out. That spaghetti is not the brightest bulb in the bunch, as the saying goes. There we go. 2 tanks left. Depending on... Oh, there's the AK. Ooh. Nice. Oh my god, he missed! Fantastic game. Oh my god, Jack. Really well done. Kolubanov, Vatley. Nice ace, high caliber of course. 1714 basic speed and 6.7k damage. What a game. Absolutely fantastic job, Jack. And like I said, if you've not stopped to this guy, definitely do. It's definitely worth it. So let's see, what else have we got? I need to fill a little bit more time. Not too long though. Let's see, what else have I got? I actually have no idea what this is, but we'll see. Ooh, it's an SP1C game. You can't actually say the name as it's written because that's actually a racial slur, so you want to avoid that. But the Spalpanzer, let's put it that way. I absolutely love this tank. At least when I was grinding it, I absolutely loved it. Haven't driven it much lately, but it's such a cheeky little monster. That's why I basically like it. It's also being pushed around quite literally here. And it's found a nice little bush. But because you're a spick, you always have to be Spalpanzer. You always have to be careful to not get hit, because you basically have no armor to speak of and anything can HE you. Where's the LTTB? What the hell? I have no idea. No idea what happened there. That looks like a big glitch in the map itself. Wonder if they can shoot him. Nice, that second shot. Oh, the LTTB is moving again. So whatever happened, he got unstuck somehow. Nice little tracking shot. And another one. LTTB is still alive somehow. Let's see. So far he's still full health, which is probably going to be needed later, since his team is a few guns down. Spaghetti 46, lovely tank. Now he's getting shot from the other side. Oof, T49 with a small gun. Small turret as well, I believe. This Spalpanzer is quite lucky here. But it's working out quite well for him. Let's see, can he shoot him? Yes, he can. Run away! I would not want to face the VK on my own either. Not in a Sparpanzer. He is playing quite cleverly here. VK just fired, so that's also helpful. And he's going after the juicy tank first, which is always a good move. If you have the option to shoot specific tanks, go for the one with the least amount of armor, because that's the one that you will be able to get out of the way the fastest. See, because now it's only the VK that's left. And he's actually going for a position where he can drive behind the rock, which is very clever. Now you can't HE a VK. But this was a very good game. Very well played by the Sparpanzer. And there we go. 4.6k damage in a tier 7 tank. Oh my god. Nice Orlik. High caliber. 1509 basic speed. But look at that damage for a tier 7. That is insane. Oh my god. Lovely seeing the chat going GG for the replays that I'm showing right now. Let's see. If you watch from the beginning, you should have all the rewards now. I'll show you one more replay and then I'll call a night. Let's see, what have I got? I dislike that you can no longer see what tank is being driven. There's a lot of Vicus games. I think that's saying something about the tank, honestly. Even if this is the other Vicus, it's the tier 9 one, but still it's a Vicus. Another cheeky little monster, I quite like it. I like the tier 10 better, but tier 9 has somewhat less die-hard gameplay, so that can be a little bit relaxing. Let's see what he's going to do. Oh, that's actually right. I had my man Grumbly send me some replays. So I'm actually going to show you that as well. This is the thing, if I'm not behind the PC, it's very easy for me to lose. I'm going to show one of them. Let's see, there we go. Just loading it in right now. Meanwhile, you're watching our little Vicus. The Vicus CR there is. Oh, that's your replay. If you hadn't noticed, by the way, there's a 5-minute delay on the stream. So basically anything that you say in the chat that I react to, you see way later. Nice little fire, even if it gets restored quite quickly. There we go, that's the end of the AMX. If you have a clipper facing you, it's always dangerous to just stay there, because he will reload quite fast, generally as clipper. Oof, nice little fire. Well, not even a little fire, nice fire. Very cheeky. There we go. And now there's only 268 left. A very cheeky game this. I like it. I'm always a fan of cheeky games, honestly. Nice cheeky shot as well there, like quick snapshot. Okay, that was actually a very, very fast game. And I think 1591 base XP, 2.6k assisted damage, that is what pushes over the edge towards the ace. Let's see. Like I said, I will be showing Cassius as well. Cassius is one of the sweetest guys that I know in the game. I know not everyone will agree with that, but he's such a sweetheart. So I'm going to be showing off one of his games here. Dun 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 dun. Low is one of those tanks that you kind of have to have it. It's always available. Eventually you will have to go from watching ads or stuff like that and getting crates and everything. But it is a fantastic tank. It is a very nice heavy. It can hold its own very well and it prints credits like no tomorrow. So that's always worth it. But yeah, I'm not going to be showing both your lower games now. But I'm definitely showing this one, as you can see. And after that you should have all the rewards if you started watching at a normal, decent time. It's been quite forward here. Has about half his team with him. But so far, not necessarily gone unspotted, but more like gone unpunished for going where he is. Soon, not taking an interest in him. Lower. I mean, the Lower, it's not an OP tank. It is a strong tank, but it's not OP. Sue has been taken out. A little bit of hull down Lower action here. Both sides. But wiggle that body and the Lower can be a very good tank. There we go, using the building as well. Cover is such a nice thing to use to avoid getting shot. That and moving. Movement is all important when it comes to bouncing shots. There we go. He does take a hit there. And he has to be careful not to get shot too much by that KV. But now he has a nice little corpse for extra cover. We have the Falcon over there and the KV4. Not sure what the KV4 is doing here, honestly. KV4 doesn't know what he's doing either, I think. I think this would be either internet issues or potato. Let's see. There we go. And that's the end of the KV4. There's still a gun behind though. But that's probably going to be the end of the Falcon. Defender has to be careful not to YOLO. Oof. Ooh, this could be the end of them. Ooh, or not. And that's going to be... Oh, no. Yeah, okay, that is the end of the defender. Now there's two one-shots and a Panther. The Panther, if he starts to circle him, that would be the end of him. That's the end of the Falcon. Isu has a very big BL-10 gun. That's the end of the Isu. And now it's just the Panther. The Panther seems to not really be aware of what he's doing. And and missing and corpses and everything. Circle of Death seems to be a term that he doesn't know. $5.4k damage so far, nearly 5.5. 5 kills. It's going to be 6, obviously. And there we go, that's the end of the Panther. 6 kills, 5.7k damage. That is a very nice game, Kasu. A very epic job. Nice pulls and Coloban off. I mean, it did have to say, it does help that they were potatoes. But very nicely played all the same. Using those corpses very well. That is something that a lot of people don't think about. But corpses are basically perfect cover. So let's see. You should have all the rewards now from watching this stream. That means you have a tier 7 certificate, some poopsters, and some certs for ×3. That is it for me for now. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And I'll be back on Wednesday to stream, and someone else will have the reward stream then, but I will be streaming Legion again then. So I hope to see you all then. So for now, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good night everyone. And I'll see you all on Wednesday. Bye bye!